and welcome to another weekend reading vlog from me, Johanna, me, my dog and books. I'm starting this one off in the car again. Oh, so good to have a car again. You don't realise how much freedom it gives you. So, I am just not long back from the hairdressers. You probably can't notice any difference. I just had a very slight trim, blunt trim. That's done. That was after I did a morning run, which helped me process the very end of a book that I just finished that I'll need to speak to you about later. But I've never had a book affect my mind the way this one did. So I'll leave you hanging with that one. I'm in the car because I'm about to go to 2 of my local libraries. One that I've got to drop some books off and check if there's any to pick up. Then I'll have a wee nosy and I need to pick up medication from the pharmacy, and right next to the pharmacy is our wee local Bernardo's, so I'm going to pop in there for a wee nosy. Always see if you celebrate Christmas or like even just go for the festivities or anything like that, feel free to check out your charity shops. They have the best, see, like Christmas jumpers, Christmas decorations. It is the best bargain place to get Christmas stuff without making yourself skint in any shape or form. If you need any more Christmas stuff, I don't. And then I'll go to my other local library because I have a whole bunch of books to take back, and then I may have reservations, I can't remember. So come with me. It's another cosy weekend, mostly at home. The only kind of appointment I had today was the hairdressers, and that's done. And I'm meeting my friend for coffee tomorrow morning. Then the rest is with you lot. So the OH is currently watching, other human, is currently watching old episodes of Extras with what's his face, Ricky Gervais. Anyway, I decided it's time to make some soup. It's a very grey day outside, like I've had to put all the lights on and it's not even 2 p.m. I'm going to make curried lentil soup. The only non-vegan things I asked for chicken stock, so I'll just put veggie stock. I'll just put that on because I got some nice bread from Veen. So when you get bread like that, it's definitely soup time. Let's get started. So I'm out walking Lucy and Patty. You see them? Where's Lucy? Where is she? There she is. There's Patty. And listening to an audiobook. I actually started listening to Devolution by Max Brooks, who wrote one of my favourite books, which is World War Z. And it's of a similar format. So like diary entries, interviews and stuff with a whole range of people, except this isn't about like effectively a world global thing. It's based in an area in the mountains somewhere in, I can't remember, it feels Appalachian but it's not, and it's about this disaster that happened in this green loop area, effectively around Bigfoot. And I was really into the style but realised like halfway through, so I got 52% in on audio, that was kind of like, I don't really care for the whole Bigfoot chat, so I DNF'd it. And then I decided to try The Trap by Catherine Ryan Howard. I've read a couple of her thrillers before, some have been really good and others just okay. So far though, this one starts really good, where there's a young girl comes off a bus walking down a dark road with her phone on her own, and this guy picks her up in the car, and the start, like honestly the first chapter of the book is pretty much her getting into this car and then evaluating whether this person is safe or not safe, as you can imagine. And then the story takes a turn where you discover that she is herself the sister of one of a few, like 3 or 4 missing women in the area and what's happened to them, and she's trying to understand what. So far I am finding this an utterly gripping thriller. I have heard a few people recommend it and it's so far keeping me really engaged, so I'll talk to you more about it later. Better walk these two. Sniff, sniff, sniff. It's another grey day but it's dry. It is cold, isn't it, girls? What are you eating, Patty? Always eating. Come on, walk your walks. Yeah guys, always sniffing. It's like I've read somewhere which I think is sniffing is like doggo's own equivalent of us scrolling social media for hits. What are you eating, Patty? Not poo! Oh, for goodness sake. Oh. Our book chip friends are going to think you're a rank. Oh no. Well, that's us in bed for the night. Lucy's over there getting herself comfy. I'm awfully tired. I've hardly checked in on you this evening. Oh, excuse me. Off, Lucy. I got a good haul from the library, so I'll show you it tomorrow. I'm going to meet my friend for coffee at 10 AM tomorrow, so I'll take you to Glasgow's south side. But this evening I made lentil dal and like cardamom rice which is one of my gusto recipes, which was quite nice. Oh, Lucy's jumped down. She's been wanting to roll her back on the carpet. Anywho's, Lucy, that's my feet. We just watched a thriller called Don't Move. Lucy! Oh, I think she knows the OH is downstairs with ice cream. Anyway, watch Don't Move, which I think it was produced or written by or direct, can't remember, by Sam Raimi, who did the night of the Evil Dead, originally Evil Dead, and I think he's done some American Horror Story. I might be wrong. Anyway, so watched it. It was actually pretty decent. It's not like, it's more of a dark thriller where you spend the entire hour and a half being tense. Plus side, the film was an hour and a half, pretty much, which is always brownie points in my book. Then we started watching the first season of Bad Sisters, which is on Apple TV, because I think, look at me just playing, I think season 2 has just started. So, set in Ireland with 4 or 5 Irish sisters, and it starts with a funeral of one of their sisters. Can you hear her? She's gone outside the back. Just barking everywhere. I'm gonna have to get her in, that's too late to be barking everywhere, waking everybody up. Don't know what she's doing. Anyway, one of the sisters' husbands just died, so you're at his funeral. And then it goes back in time to 6 months earlier for you to see said brother-in-law, and he's a prick. That's why episode 1's called The Prick. And then you start to figure out that maybe the sisters got together to try and get rid. Anyway, that's all I know. It's quite good. So, but I'm very tired now, so I'm going to go to my bed, read about 2 pages in my book, and fall asleep. So I'll see you in the morning, where I'll share my book haul with you. It's Sunday. It's raining. Well, it's that kind of smurry rain, like really light. And I'm on my own way to meet my friend for coffee and breakfast. So I'm in the Govan Hill area of the south side of Glasgow, which is an amazing sort of culturally diverse part of the city. I do love this. So I've parked near the Govan Hill Library, but it's not open on Sundays. So the library's full of its money. And so I love walking along here. And you'll see, like, so I'm going to a bakery called Burnfield Bakery, I think. Look at this. I just love the vibrancy of this neighbourhood. It's working class, it's immigrants, it's what Glasgow really is all about. It's not like, well, there's bits of it that are probably gentrified, if that's a word. Also, like, I'm about to come on to, can't remember the name, is it called? No, Victoria Road. There's some great charity shops here. So I'll go to that after with you. And as I do every time I come, I will get the OH, the other human, other half in my life. Something from a bakery, like a cake or something vegan. See you soon. So I'm now on Victoria Road, and this is a Transylvania shop and like bakery, and they always go out for like Halloween. It goes crazy, but check this tree. It's delightful. Look at all the stuff. It's amazing. There's like a huge Eastern European community in the south side. So, oh, that cafe looks nice, called Milk. So it's amazing to see just the culture and the vibrancy here. Anyway, I've just spotted a Oxfam books and music store. So I'm taking you with me, just making sure I don't get run over. And I also just walked past the queer bookshop. So I'm 100% going back there. I've got cookies for the OH vegan ones, of course. Look at that sun that's came out. Woohoo! I'd never seen this shop had I not walked down this wee street. It's category books. I've heard of it and I've never been in. I'm very excited. Wait till you see the outside. It's category is books. And then, oh, how awesome is this? Oh, going in. Look at it. Queer books. All welcome. Quite racist. Look at this. Put the books on the door. I'm so excited. So that's me back home. I'll show you my book haul very soon. Met Patty and Lucy and got the washing on that I'm just about to have. My homemade curried lentil soup, some crispy bread. Yum. I'm also listening to the last 15 minutes of Flowers in the Attic. Caught me at the end of the day. Caught me. Like I'm purposely recording this. Had a great Sunday morning coffee and some pastries for a friend in the south side. Oh look, can you read that behind me? It says yoga time. Oh, I think my Y's gone. Ski whiff, hold on. So I'm in our spare room and I'm literally just done Adrian yoga with Adrian, today's one. So I normally try and do my yoga like, if not every day, every other day. Today's was a meditation one, which I'm really bad at, so I find it quite challenging to sit still, but I did it 16 minutes. It was quite good, and they're all free on YouTube, so that's why I like doing it. But I'll maybe move away from the bright light. So came back, there was a bit of a book buying happened in the indie bookstore, because I feel like I have to support indie bookstores that are queer, obviously, given the current state of the world and other reasons. And so I'll show you that tomorrow. Made a roast. It's a Linda McCartney, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't that good, but it was alright. We had it with gravy and roasties, so it was fine. Hung out some washing, and I am now just about to wash my face and head downstairs and probably do some cross stitch and watch something at telly with the OH. I spent an hour playing Animal Crossing today, so I managed to do some crafting. I did a bit of fishing. Yeah, I'm vegan, but it's okay, it's not real. And got some creatures and a few other things. Quite enjoyed it. It was very relaxing. So, and I've still got my library book haul to chat to you about tomorrow, which I will do too. And I finished Flowers in the Attic. So that's 2 book reviews I need to talk to you about. Flowers in the Attic, actually, I'll talk to you about now. I was solid 4 out of 5 stars. I kind of knew a wee bit of the premise, but maybe the most shocking part that most people know about it, which is actually like a couple of pages in the whole story. The whole story is so good. It's dark and disturbing and really well written. Stands pretty much the test of time over. I think it was the 40th anniversary edition is the one I've got. I was listening to it on audio, so actually it must be more than 40 years old now. And if you like dark and disturbing thrillers, then definitely read it. It almost read like true crime. It was really good. Solid 4 out of 5 stars. I've never seen any of the movie adaptations. I think there's quite a few, or TV. I'm not sure I will, but let me know if any of you've seen it, and I should. So I've read that. I still need to speak to you about Coup de Grâce. It's going to be one of my top reads of 2024, I tell you. But it's not for everyone because of the content, so I'll need to speak to you about that. And so, yeah, off to wash my face and get cozy on the couch for a few hours before I fall asleep. It's Monday. It's a lovely autumn day. I've been for a run, I've walked the dogs, and I stupidly think I'm going to mow the grass. Just the last one of the year, I think. I thought that was maybe last month. Our grass gets very marshy, so this might be a bad idea, but my friend's about to dump off some slate that I can maybe use here. He's a landscape gardener and he's getting rid of it for a client he's working on, so I'm taking it for free. You know me and my free stuff, so I'm going to do that while listening to a trap, so bear with. Also, I've just looked in the house and like I've got books everywhere. The washing needs done, I need to hoover. But I just want to escape into cosy hobbies and pretend it's all not happening. See you later. What I didn't plan on was my lovely friend dropping off a ton of slate, which we can use in the kind of gravel part down there for free, which was so kind because this stuff costs a fortune. But now I've got a ton of, there's my porridge, a ton of slate at the front of the house that I now need to wheelbarrow to this part here. Oh, my day off wasn't going as planned. Hey ho. At least I've got an audiobook. This is not the end to my long weekend that I'd planned, in all honesty. I think I'm going to get a blister. But it's the price I pay for getting free slate for the garden. Did also manage to mow my lawn, getting it all ready for winter. Thank God for audiobooks. I'm done. I've dumped it all here. Now I need to do some raking. Can't actually see the depth of it. Can you? Can you see it like that? Anyway, take all that out. But I legit have no strength left in my arms after that. I'm so tired. So that's going to happen another day. I'm off to walk the pups and then run a bath. But I started this on audio. This one here. I read her other book, An American Marriage, and really enjoyed it. This one, I think it's mostly about a bigamist, so the main narration is from a young girl who's 16, 17, I'm not 100% sure, and her dad, so she and her mum are the kind of secret wife and child, and he has a wife and child who isn't secret, so it's about a bigamist. Really, it's really interesting. Just started it, so I'm going to start reading a bit more of that while I walk the dogs and then go for a bath. Oh friends, I am knackered. I'm just out the bath, hence the wet hair and the bright red shiny face. The garden is looking good though, as you see. Lucy's just gone out, and all those chips, the slate, I mean, it's a bit marshy out there, but that's what happens this time of year in our garden. I could have fallen asleep in the bath, but the problem when you get a new tattoo, which is only just over a week old, is you can't submerge it in hot water, so it wasn't the most relaxing of baths. I kind of had my leg hanging off the side, but it's my back. I think I'm going to have some back pain tonight after all that shoveling, but I thought, well, do you know what I started watching while I was in the bath? Because my iPad's got my YouTube on it, all my YouTube accounts, and David's doesn't. I've got a really old one that's just about dying. David's doesn't, so I thought he has YouTube with ads, so it got a bit annoying. So I ended up starting watching Paddington, which I've seen tons of times, but I just put it on and I was like, do you know what, Paddington's kind of cosy, it reminds me of this time of year. So I've got that on, and then ages ago I did a co-op shop which got delivered because we got our Gusto. I've just, and we're away next weekend. I didn't want to get too many, so like last time I showed you what I was getting in my shopping, so I'll take you with me this time. See, I don't know where to put you. Oh, excuse the mess. Excuse the mess and my face. I'm so tired. I need to do Wednesday's video today, but I know what I'm going to do because I watched Lauren do her end of year book tag. I might put you here because it's a bit more light. Is that a bit better? Just really sort these things out before I start recording with you. Right, and so, because this is the fridge stuff, grapes. I literally eat a tub of grapes a day. So these all need to get washed. And I'll show you my Gusto. I need to put them way up here because Lucy will jump up and try and eat them. And as you know, grapes are dangerous for doggos. Oh, there's my frozen. Oh my god. Does anyone like misunderstand the weight of things when they order it? I thought that was bigger. It's frozen fruit. I often have frozen fruit in my porridge. I thought that was like double the size. And then I need to go in the freezer. Tofu. I always get tofu. Vegan custard. And olives. olives. I like to put olives in my pasta dishes. That'll go in there. And this is what usually Lucy does, is I empty the bags. She just sticks her nose into every bag. Sometimes, like, especially these ones where I get the paper ones, she'll take them and run around the whole house with it, ripping it to shreds. Don't you? It's like a game. Frozen stuff. So because we had a money off voucher, I got quite a lot of, like, fruit. I know the plastic isn't great, right, but it's a system change. So going to tell the supermarkets they need to stop doing it, because I'm not going to lie, anytime I buy a pineapple it goes to waste because I never get the time, but I remember too late to actually cut the pineapple. And these are the snacks. These are the snacks I take to the office, so I don't eat rubbish because it's not good for my stomach. Told you, I eat a lot of grapes. Normally the red ones. I'm not a nutritionist in any way, but the darker the food, the more, not processed food obviously, but the darker the fruit or vegetable or beans or whatever, the more antioxidants it has. It's just nature, isn't it? Just nature. You want this one, Lucy? Want that one? A minute. Potatoes. Yeah, I thought that one. Told you. Who needs dog toys when you can have the paper bags from your food shop? I thought those potatoes were more than, and to be fair, the joys bleach. I can hear it. Can you hear it? Like, let's go through and see. Right. It's proper stuff in there. Oh, ripping it to absolute shreds. Lucy! 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 Caught. But she cares not one jot. And as you can see, it's mid-afternoon, so it's getting a bit dark. Co-ops on fabric softener. Actually, if you find like toiletries or household items that are supermarket owned brands, are often cruelty free. So this one definitely is, so always check. I was trying to find Doritos salsa, but I couldn't, so I got this one. I've never heard of it or tried it before, so. Always like to have salsa in the fridge because nachos and Doritos are life. This was my substitute. Tin foil. Honestly, I could fall asleep standing up. Fillet and juice. The OH likes fillet and juice. And then I was getting red Thai curry paste because I'm never going to make that from scratch. So I was getting that, and I've noticed this. The OH, other half. Maybe I should just call him David, let me know. He likes katsu curry, and this was vegan. Didn't have anything in it, soya. Well, it has other ingredients obviously, but so got that. I do like making a Thai dish. I do. Tomato puree. Always required. I use tomatoes all the time. And then, oh, my arms are sore from all the shoveling. Baked beans. Baked beans. Now, is baked beans something you get? I mean, you probably do. I don't know. In like America or Canada, like the US or Canada. These are epic on toast, on baked potatoes, with breakfast. So here she goes again. Just get another one. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Here. Don't jump. Oh, sorry, Patty. Oh. It's one way to keep the kids amused, you know, while you're in. in there. This is my life. Patty's just standing over there going, WTF, what's going on? You don't get involved, do you, Patty? You don't get involved. Oh, make sure we're not yawning. I'm just going to stop right in there. Honestly. Anyway, I keep opening this cupboard. Baked beans are a necessity. Still enough. And then I'm gonna have to go through. Honestly, I'm breaking it, but it's nothing to see. I'm gonna have to go around tidying up all this up because this is not gonna. Bananas, well, they're quite green. I mean, I don't like an overripe banana. And then some satsumas or tangerines, whatever they are. What's the difference between a satsuma and a tangerine? Anyway, I couldn't get limes. I have lime in the sparkling water all the time and I couldn't get limes. So I need to wash that. Then, do you want to see what I got at my gusto? I only got 2 meals. I normally get 2 or 3 meals for 3 people. That means that I have leftovers, either for an extra meal or for an extra meal which I'll have dinner time or I'll have it for lunch. Mostly when I go into the office I like to have leftover dinner or something. So here's what I got. Fable mushroom tagine with date couscous. I might leave the dates out of the couscous. I would like that. I don't think David will. And this, I try and get things that I wouldn't normally make. It's not part of my normal cooking repertoire. And this one looked sticky hoisin tofu burger with chips and red cabbage. So it normally comes in like this, so you've got like your this keeps all your stuff cold and a wee bit bashed. Oops, it's only tofu, it'll be fine. So like, it's the fable meaty mushroom. It's kind of like fable mushrooms are probably like a meat equivalent of say like pulled pork or something. So you get all your fridgy bits. You've got quite a few. I'm just destroying everything. And then you get your bag of all your like your spices and things like that. Honestly, it's a bit of a lifesaver when it comes to planning your dinners or making meals, and also what it is helpful for doing is giving the OH a chance to make dinner, so I don't need to, because he gets that, it's got all the bits, doesn't need to think about it and make a total mess in the kitchen. So it gives me a night off from making dinner. Women love red cabbage, and they always have a plant-based section, but they'll have like when you're selecting your recipes each week, although you can skip, like sometimes I've skipped a whole month when I've tried to keep my food bills down and stuff. But this, Lucy, no, don't open that. That's frozen. Right, well, anyway, so you can skip and stuff like that. So if anyone wants to recommend a friend, let me know. Anyway, I've still got last week's one to make. One from last week, which I'll maybe make tonight. But I'll put this away. I'll not bore you with any more of my shopping. Well, it's the end of another weekend reading vlog, and I have a bunch of books to tell you about because I've kept alluding to them. Or you've seen me in the out in the bookstores and in the library. I have one to tell you. So first and foremost, because I meant to do this earlier, now it's got really dark. Oh, it's the only thing, like, I do love autumn winter, but not when you're trying to like film content. It's a bit rubbish. So as you might have seen earlier yesterday, I went to the queer bookshop called Category is Books in Glasgow, and I bought 3 books because, you know, I feel like I have to support indie bookstores, especially like those. The first book I picked up was Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle. I read this in Kindle, absolutely adored it. It's great queer horror, but I didn't own it, so it was one that I wanted to add because I've got this and Camp Damascus, both of which I highly recommend. Then this book I picked up because the author has my first name, and it was in the horror section, so of course I picked it up. But also look at the cover, My Darling Dreadful Thing. I have no idea what this is about. I haven't even looked at the blurb yet, so I'm going to look at it with you. It says, if the dead can wake and walk among us, how can we know what is truly real? Rose Beckman has a spirit companion only she can see. Ruth Strange, corpse-like and dead for centuries. I wonder if that's her. And dead for is the light of Rue's life. That is until the wealthy young widow, Agnes Noop, visits one of Rue's back room seances, and the two strike up a connection. Soon Rose is whisked away to the crumbling estate Agnes inherited upon the death of her husband, where an ill woman haunts the halls. Strange smells drift through the air at night, and mysterious stone statues reside in the family chapel. Something dreadful festers in the manor, but still the attraction between Rose and Agnes is undeniable. Then someone is murdered. Ooh. It says fiction horror at the back. I'm just picking off a wee sticky. So I picked that up mainly because of beautiful cover, got my eye, and then oh my OMG, they have the same name as me. And then this one is not horror. I think it's just contemporary, no, historical fiction. I've had this on my wish list for ages. It's called The Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Malindo. 17-year-old Lily who can't remember exactly when the question took root, but the answer was in full bloom the moment she and Kathleen Miller walked under the flashing neon sign of a lesbian bar called the Telegraph Club. America in 1954 is not a safe place for two girls to fall in love, especially not in Chinatown. Red Scare paranoia threatens everyone, including Chinese Americans like Lily. With deportation looming over her father, despite his hard-won citizenship, Lily and Kath risk everything to let their love see the light of day. Oh, but also this cover. Stunning, stunning. So those were the 3 books that I treated myself to, because you've got to support indie bookstores, especially queer indie bookstores. Then I told you I went to the library. And because I don't have enough books, and I picked up, oh no, actually there's a book that I pre-ordered from Waterstones first, and this I ended up getting because it was one of the 2 books that was shortlisted for the poll for Lauren the Books Book Club Christmas Book Club. The other one's been the pick, which is fine because I've ordered that from, I've reserved that from the library, so I'll pick it up this week. But this one I couldn't get from the library, and I really like the sound of it, so I got it. It's called The Christmas Wish-tastrophe, and it's middle grade Christmas book, and there's a sausage dog in it. It says, one winter evening, Lydia Marmalade arrives at Lady Partridge's mansion. She has nothing to her name except her sausage dog, Colin, but she's determined to make this her new home. Can you not love that? So yeah, that was another book I bought myself that I didn't need to buy myself, but I did. But these are library books. This one, I can't remember for the life of me why I've put this on, because if anyone knows me, I hate weddings and I hate going to weddings. So this one's called The Wedding People. But I must have seen a booktuber talk about it, and that's why I've got it. It says wickedly funny. It's a beautiful day in Newport, Rhode Island, when Phoebe Stone arrives at a grand beachside hotel wearing her best dress and least comfortable shoes. Immediately she is mistaken for one of the wedding people, but she's actually the only guest who isn't there for the big event. Uproariously funny and devastatingly tender, The Wedding People is an irresistible novel about love, friendship, dysfunctional families, and the unexpected paths that lead to happiness. I have no idea how this is on the list, but I suspect I've put it on because I think it's a debut, actually. Oh no. So Alison Espach, that's her there, says is the author of 2 previous novels, though The Wedding People is the first to be published in the UK. So I've got that. If anyone's heard of this or read it, let me know in the comments. Then there's the new Richard Oseman, which I wanted to get from the library because if I actually do like it and want to get it in paperback. It's a bit of a chunk, isn't it? How many pages? So this is right to the bitter end, 458 pages. Sometimes I do want, like, why are books getting longer? So it's from Richard Oseman, best-selling author of The Thursday Murder Club, of which I've only read the first one. I need to read the others to see if I can get engaged. This is a new detective series which has got a kind of father and son, Amy and Steve Wheeler. So it's a bit of a cosy thriller. There's a cat involved somehow. The next one is a Marmite horror book that I've been seeing people read. It's tiny, so I picked it up, by Mason Coile. It is There is something strange about William. It's not that his skin feels like a balloon rubber and is the colour of curdled milk, nor is it the thick gurgling laugh or the way his tongue curls towards his crooked top teeth. It's the way he looks at Henry's wife, Lily. So I think people either love or hate this book as far as I can see from watching online, so I thought get it as a library book. Then I have this book already as an ARC, like a proof copy that someone sent me because they got the proof copy, I didn't. And for some reason I feel compelled to get any new like horror thriller books from the library. Let's down as horror. Even though I've got it or maybe read it, because I want to like increase the demand for horror books. I was so excited that they had this in, even though I've not read it, right? I've heard good things, so I'm getting that out so they know that people really want to get good horror books out. That's weird, isn't it? It's weird. Anyway, the last one was an impromptu. Never heard of it, never seen it before, never read about it. The Snow Ghost, and it says classic Japanese ghost stories. So it gave me epic winter vibes. It says, enter the haunted world of ancient Japan, from goblin-infested caves and haunted tombs to vengeful spirits and strange sinister happenings. Here was a country and a culture that lived between the realms, the world of the everyday, the world of the supernatural. The Snow Ghosts bring together some of the best, scariest tales endured in folklore. And I've realised there's 2 books here that I did get out that I don't have. Hold on. Oh yes. 2 cosy mysteries. I could not resist. Like winter, especially Christmas, is a great time for a cosy. This one is A Highland Christmas by MC Beaton. It's one of the Hamish Macbeth cosy series. And he's like look at the size of the type. I'm happy about this. He's a PC, so a police constable in up in the Highlands. Lochdu, where, do you know what? It's just like cozy crime in a small Scottish Highland village. And then there was this one, The Mistletoe Mystery by Nita Prose, who wrote The Maid and The Mystery Guest. I love The Maid. I love Molly, the maid, who's the main character from this. I'm trying to... It's a light skin, look. And it's a little novella, so it gave me, not in the same instance, but you know how like the Christmas, the appeal and those Janice Hallett books, and then they brought out the Christmas appeal. This feels like what they've been doing with Molly the Maid, which you had The Maid, which I loved, Book 2 was The Mystery Guest, didn't love as much. And I'm holding out hope that this is a quirky little Christmas mystery that is just a joyful little read. It has Molly the maid in it, and she's doing all the festive prep in the Grand Hotel where she works as a maid, and obviously then there is a murder she needs to solve. So it's kind of like a library stroke couple of new books haul, isn't it? Look at that. So yeah, really should get reading. Anyway, before I finish up this video and vlog for the weekend, I wanted to talk to you because I can't remember if I have. I don't think I have. Coup, Grâce by Sofia Ajram. I got this in my horror book subscription, Abominable Book Club, and I buddy read it with my friends Rachel and Bethany because we always read one of those books from the book subscription that we get together. This is tiny, so how many pages in total is it? And as you probably see, I've kind of folded back some pages, but it's my book, so it's okay. It's not a library book. There is 136 pages, and I've not had a horror book affect me, or any book mentally affect me as much as this book did. It's a book that explores, like, viscerally almost, and a bit like a fever dream of anxiety and depression. So you have Vicken, is it Vicken? Yeah, who is on his way to end his life by walking into the sea. But he gets off the metro somewhere in Canada. Where is it? The Montreal Metro. And is like stuck there. Like, so he comes off at a subway station and is entered into this world of like non-stop stairwells, hallways, like no one else is around. It's like this weird sort of messed up maze of infinite it's like a messed up maze of like this looping station where he just can't escape. And he has lots of sort of dark experiences there. It's pretty bleak at times, but there's parts in this book where I was like, oh my god, no, don't make me do this. I can't even explain because I think you're best going into this book not knowing a lot other than what I've just told you. Because it's like a psychological, it's like a psychological nightmare. I thought this blew me away. I finished reading it yesterday morning and Saturday morning I had to go for a run and go like, how do I process this book? How do I, like, it was extraordinary, so well written, beautifully written, very poetic at times. But given the subject matter, I can appreciate it's not a book for everyone because it does deal with suicide, depression and anxiety, and very much the main character is on his way to try and end his life and then is stuck in this like perpetual looping station that he can't get out of, where he's trying to like, and it is then an exploration kind of fever dream-esque of what it is to be alive. Utterly phenomenal. Like, this is going to be my top books of the year. So I had to share it with you. I forgot I hadn't kind of done any book reviews with you, I don't think. Well, I did Flowers in the Attic earlier, which was good. I recommend that, but I may be late at the party of that. Maybe everybody's read it. And then I'll be finishing The Trap. And I'm not very good. What is it? I need to finish the middle grade Tiffany McDaniel, so I'll tell you about that one next week as well. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Well, there was unexpected things happened this weekend. I ended up in a queer book shop. I ended up going to some charity shops in the south side of Glasgow. What happened on Saturday? can't remember. I'll remind myself when I'm editing this. And then today I've had to shovel a ton of slate for the garden, so my back is killing me. But I have managed to record the videos, and hopefully you've enjoyed watching another weekend. Next weekend I am away without the doggos. I will see them. So next weekend we're heading down to see my friends down in Northamptonshire for the weekend. So we're driving down Thursday afternoon. So we'll get there late Thursday. So we'll be there Friday to Saturday. It's about 5-6 hour drive. Friday to Sunday. And then heading up to North Yorkshire and staying in a hotel for the night because it's my birthday on Monday the 18th of November. I'm a November birthday girl, so I'll record that while I'm away so you get to see. I tend not to do so we're having a nice night in a plant-based hotel somewhere in the north of England, which will be lovely, but I'm like one of those people that really don't like a big fuss on my birthdays. I like it, not because I don't like Asian or anything, I've never liked a big fuss. I'm not very good at it, weirdly saying this to the camera and then knowing I'm going to edit this later and then I'm putting myself on the internet. But I'm a bit of an introvert when it comes to don't ever give me a surprise birthday, don't ever, oh no, actual nightmare. Anyway, so cozy quiet times, and I pick up the doggos again on my birthday at lunchtime, so that's nice. So you would see them then. So yeah, so when you're watching this, if you're watching it kind of round about when it goes live, I will be there and filming for you. So I hope you enjoy and look forward to watching that and have enjoyed watching this. If you've got any questions, comments, or about anything that I've done this weekend, please do let me know. I love chatting to you in the comments. Even though I'm not the fastest, I will come back to you, I promise. And until next time, I'll see you in another Bookish video very soon. Bye!